Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope everyone has an amazing day so far. What we're going to use for this DIY, we are going to use the smaller tumbling tower blocks. Of course, what would we do without them? I always say make sure that you have 4 until 5 packages laying around in your stash so you always have enough for each DIY. I have here my container with everything inside, what you need. Of course, you can make your own container. Of course, the most important is of course the wood glue, and I only use a cheap brand of wood glue. I have here some paint, use some color at your choice. And of course I have here an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. So these are the main pieces we need for this DIY. What we're going to make, we are going to make a wooden caddy you can use for all purposes. And I'm going to try to do it without sewing. So I hope everyone will join me. So the first step of our caddy will be, we have 2 rows of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 rows of 10 and 2 loose blocks. What we're going to do, we're going to lay them flat on the table and we do the smallest line of the block and we make one simple row out of it. This way, over here. And I always love decorating with little caddies because you can change it up for any season, because I'm a person who decorates for every season, at least the season we have here. You have most of you have St. Patrick's Day, you have the 4th of July, but we have King's Day. But here in the Netherlands we don't decorate for King's Day. That's always the 27th of April, because our king is 27. He's a day after my birthday. He is also 1 year older than me. So I'm 26. He is from 27th of April. So, and we are almost the same age. He's only 1 year older than me. So now we have 2 pieces over here and we're going to glue them together. So this way, and this will also be a nice Easter basket. So you see already I have an opening over here for my blocks, because this is a block which is not really great at this moment. I have a couple of my packages which are not really a great quality, but we are going to work with it because we don't throw things away. And if you want to move it, because do it fast, place it straight up, clean up your mat, and then clean up your mat this way and wipe away the glue. Do it also over here, do it fast, place it straight up over here, to turn it around and do the back side. And you do here the same, of course, turn it over and do the back side. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So what we're going to do, we're going to place one on the side, we do some glue over here on the smallest top, and you see already, that's what I show you also. It doesn't glue always immediately because it is still vulnerable. You still can move it around. We are going to press it together and this way. And we're going to wipe away the glue. And over here now we're going to place this straight up and do this side also. And now we're going to let this dry. So now we're going to make 2 rows of 4, but we're going to do the top side. So again, do some glue on the top and row them together. And this one. And number 4 is the closure up. You do the second one also. Row them together. And again, fill it up with number 4. And again, squeeze it. And here the same. You're going to press it together this way and wipe over and turn it over and clean also the back side. And of course it is still not glued together, but now you can easily clean it up. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. So now we have our 2 pieces of 4 and we're going to get our middle piece. We're going to place it this way with the blocks are turning this side, and we have one loose one of 2. What we're going to do, we are going to do some glue, not totally on the whole piece, but over here. And we do here the same. And you see already, he is not still glued together. He is still want to go out. And again, we are going to place it aside, do some glue, because I always work further even when it is not totally glued, because it glue in the moment you place it over here. So we're going to press it together. We place this one together over here and place it down again. And now we're going to give it some pressure over here. And now we do some glue on the top side over here, and we have immediately a handle. And again, we're going to place this aside, place it a little over here, and you see you have a nice little opening. And of course it is for decoration. If you want to have the handle a little bigger, then you leave this one out also. Then you don't do 2 rows of 10, do 2 rows of 9 and just make one of 2. So again, I'm going to squeeze it, but I only use it for decoration. So I'm going to press it together this way, because we don't want to have too much open gaps. And now we're going to let this one dry for at least a half hour. So now we're going to make 2 rows of 5. And again, we're going to do the smallest line of the block over here and over here. I don't do my caddy too high, but you can build it up. I do only 1 block high, but you can do 2 blocks high. So then you have to double up. But I don't want to have it a little bit too high, because for me it's a little bit kind of a caddy tray. So I want to use it for decoration. But if you want to have it a little bit higher, it's also fine too. So I hope that this is high enough for me. But of course later you can also place up another row. But I'm going to go for 1 block high. So again, I'm going to wipe away the glue over here. And we're going to place it straight up this way and straight up this way. Clean up your mat to the back side and also from this one. And we're going to always go back and make sure that we have a straight line in the blocks. And if you have a carpenter square, that's totally great, because then you are certain that you have everything straight. I always do it by hand. So now we have our 2 pieces of 5, and what we're going to do, we are going to glue them on the side. So we do some glue over here, place it over here, and we do some glue on this one, and we glue this one also over here, and we're going to squeeze it and make sure that we have under a straight line, because later the bottom needs to be over here. So we are going to press it together over here, and we're going to make sure that we feel with our fingers. So we have a nice line under here, because that's what you want. Over here, and squeeze it. And we're going to let this dry in also again a half hour. So now we have now our middle piece, and now we're going to make our little, we call it vakjes. You call it little pockets, at least the little openings it will be. You will see in a moment what I mean, or else if I'm going to explain it in my English, you won't understand it, because then I get people you saying it wrong. So I do my best. So I'm going to make the little pieces which will be in between, and so you get a little each little corners. So we're going to have 4 blocks of 4. So we glue them very easy together this way, and you can make of course more openings than I do, but I like 4 is for me enough. So you have some space to decorate with little things you find maybe in a thrift store. At least I find my little pieces always in the thrift store, because I love thrift shopping, but that's not everyone's cup of tea. So again, I'm going to squeeze it, and I'm going to wipe away all the glue, and I'm going to let it rest for at least 10 until 15 minutes. So now we have the 4 in between shelves, which will be in between the pieces. Now we're going to make the sides, and the sides will be 18 2 times 18 long, because also this piece, if you are counting, is 18 blocks in the long length. So we're going to do 18 pieces, 2 rows of 18, And this needs to dry before you can work with it, because it's a very long piece and you want to that it is really nicely dried up before you're going to work with it. Of course, it still can break, but we try to do our best to work with it as best as we can. So then always give it a little bit more drying time. So this, and you see that this is really the most easiest caddy you can imagine to make. You really can make it in, now I think if you don't count the drying time, then you really make it in a half hour. But you have to wait a little bit because the drying time is a little bit longer if you want to that your work is not breaking. But if you are making it with some hot glue, it is of course working very fast. But always be careful, because when you're going to decorate it with a little bit of a heavy things, then it will break very easy. And that's not what you want. At least when you want a piece which is going with you for a couple of years, then you use some wood glue. And again, we're going to press it together from the inside to the outside, always from the inside to the outside. And at the ending, if you think it is glued together, then give it some pressure from the sides. Also, you see, he wants to pop up. And we're going to place it down again and again, always press to the sides. And at last, you're going to press from the sides real hard. And now you're going to wipe away the glue. And you do it on this one the same. It is a long piece. So I don't know if my system will work if I place it aside and place it straight up. It does. And you can easily wipe away your mat, place it down and do the back side. The key is just do it fast. Don't hesitate and just place it straight up. And if it breaks, don't worry, just glue it together again. You don't have to use even extra glue, you just place it together. And always go back and make sure that you have a nice straight line. And let it dry for at least, I think, a half hour. So now we're going to make the shorter side over here, and this will be 2 times 10. 2 times 10 blocks, so it's a lot less than the 18 you make for the front side and the back side of the longest line of your caddy. And again, you glue the pieces in one row, and it goes very fast over here. And I see already my glue is running real fast because the temperature is going up here in the Netherlands. I hope they're with you also, but I don't mind. I'm really a winter girl, so I am not looking forward to the to the summer. But a lot of people do, and everyone their thing. But I like the winter. I like the cold and the coziness which is coming with the winter. But some people are already longing for the spring and the summer, which is coming. So I understand that completely. So over here, wipe away the glue. And over here, we're going to do it fast, place it straight up. And again, clean your mat. And do also the back side. And this way, place it straight up. And again, place it down. And we go back and make sure that we have a nice straight line. So now we have our 4 pieces of 4, and we're going to place this one on the side. We're going to do some glue on the longest, smallest line over here. So you have your blocks this way, and you have some glue here, and you place it on this side because I want to have mine over here. And I'm going to give it some pressure and feel with your fingers that he doesn't come over the underside. Over here. And you do number 2. And again, some glue over here. And we place this on the inside also over here. And again, give some pressure. And if you have it where you want to have it, just leave it drying for at least 15 until 20 minutes. And don't forget to work away with your brush a little of your glue which is sticking out. So over here, I'm going to wipe away the glue, because or else you get one big mess. So you see, if it's from this side, it looks this way. So now I place this one straight up. You see already, here is the side. And now we're going to do this 2 pieces of 4 also on the other side. So do some glue and we place it straight up. And we're going to glue it on the inside over here. Give it some pressure. And we do here the same with this one. And we place it on the inside over here. And give it some pressure. And let it dry in also a half hour. So the only piece we still need is of course the bottom. And the bottom is big. You see it already because I want to have a little bit overlay because I use it as decor. So I have 3 rows of 21. So 3 rows of 21. I only do 1 together with you because or else you can't see the blocks anymore from boringness. So I'm going to do only 1 piece of 21 and you need 3 pieces of 21. So it's a lot of blocks, but you also can do the bottom of course with some cardboard, or maybe you have something else laying around in your stash. So you can do anything you like, but I like that the piece is totally from wood, and I use in totally, if I'm correctly, 186 blocks. So it is a lot. For me it is almost 3.5 packets, but for you it's less because you have more in a package. So I'm going to squeeze from the inside to the outside, and of course I do this 2 rows a little faster, but I won't bore you with that. So I'm going to squeeze it together. I'm going to do the other 2. So now I did all the blocks, and now I'm going to squeeze them all together from the inside to the outside, the same like we did with the first one, and of course the other parts. Then again, and I think he will turn out very nice. At least I like this kind of displays where what you can make inside of a caddy. I'm going to wipe away the glue, and it is a lot of glue over here, and we do it over here. And with number 3. And also with this one, it will be tricky to get it straight up because most of the time it will break, but we try to do it as fast as we can. Place it aside, clean up your mat this way, and you're going to place it down again, and you do the back side because he's also still under the glue. We're going to give this one some pressure, place it straight up, clean up your mat. And we're going to do the back side this way, and this one straight up, and the last piece, and we're going to place it over here. And now we only need to make a straight line, but you know what to do. And then we are going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So I did wait a couple of minutes. I placed 2 of them straight up. I'm going to do some glue, a smaller line on all the blocks, and I do it over here and this way, and we're going to place it down and against each other, and this one and over here. And now we're going to gently press together so we fill in the open gaps, because we don't want open gaps in our bottom over here. And of course don't forget also keep your sides also straight. And again, we're going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to let this dry in for at least a half hour. So now we have our bottom, and now we're going to make 2 rows of 7, but only on the tops. We do some glue over here and make 1 straight line. Number 4, you just make kind of a train. Number 5 and number 6. And number 7 is the closure up. And you do here the same, because I want to have my bottom a little bit wider, but I want to use as less blocks as of course as can be. And number 7 is the closure up again. We're going to give it some pressure over here and over here. And this is always just an easy way to widen out your bottom, and that it doesn't cost you too many blocks. So again, we're going to wipe away the glue and over here, And we're going to give it some pressure. Place it on the side. Clean up your mat and do the back side. And I also do this side because I want to have my mat clean before I'm going to glue it completely. So again, we do it over here, do it on the side, clean up over here, do the back side. And you see, also with me it does break, but I easily glue it together again. I always show you how it is made, because with me it's also not going perfect every time. So I do one piece over here, one piece over here, and then I'm going to get my bottom. He is also not dry yet, but it would be possible that it would break, but he doesn't. I have lucky this time. But we are going to glue this one on top of here and this one on here. So we place it on the side, place this one on the side, and you see my camera is still running, so I do everything in the same time right now. So, and this way over here. And now we are going to make our bottom a little bit wider. And this way, we're going to press them to the side and over here. And now we have our bottom a little bit wider, and I think it gives a more high-end look. So over here. And feel with your fingers that you have them in a straight line, and here also. And now we're going to let this dry in for at least a half hour before we're going to build everything together, because we have now all the parts. So now we're going to build our little caddy together. So I have this part, you see already, this is the one piece like this. So I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to do some glue on the bottom, over here, go to the other side, and from this side to this side, and over here. And we're going to turn it over, and we're going to look for that we have it where we want to have it, this way. And I'm going to press it down. And if you have it on the spot you want to have it, just let it sink in a little. And then we're going to do the side. Now I get one part of 18. So I'm going to do some glue on the underside, over here. And I do some glue on this side, over here and here. And of course I do it on my side. So some glue over here, on here. And I'm going to place this in front of it, on the same height that I have this one. So I show it to you, and always look before you're going to glue it, look for which side is gluing the best. Maybe this is the gluing better, or is filling up better than this side. So always check it out, which side looks better. I think for me this one. So I'm going to do again on the one of 18. I'm doing some glue over here, and I want to do it also. I can't see what I'm doing, so I hope that you see what I'm doing. So let me know if I do it right, because I don't see anything. And again, we're going to place this one over here, and we fill it in with this one. And of course we're not going to pressure yet, because we need the 2 pieces of 10. We do some glue on the underside. It is one big mess, but it doesn't matter. We do some glue over here, and over here. And now we're going to place this one also against here. And now we can easily fill in this one with this one over here. This is already one. Now we're going to do the second one of number 10. We do some glue on top of here, and we do again on this side some glue. We do some glue over here and on this one. And now we place this one also at the ending. So, and now if everything is correctly, you have your own caddy glued together. It is a little bit of chaos, but don't worry, don't worry. At the end, you will get there. Over here, press everything down and feel with your fingers that you have everything in the shape you like. And then we're going to get our brush, and we're going to go in each little pocket we go and wipe away the glue. I'm really happy how this one turned out. So you see already, this is how it turned out. And I'm really happy with the result. Of course, I did a little bit of an overlay. I hope you call it this way. At least a kind of a border around, because I like that. But maybe it's not everyone's cup of tea. And how easy was this to make? You don't have to sew it. You just glue everything together and it is a nice piece you can use for any season. So I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to paint mine in the black color because I have a lot of black and browns and neutral tones in my home. But of course you can paint it in maybe gold, silver, copper. You can do anything you like. You can double color it, maybe the inside brown, outside black. Do whatever you think it's right. So I'm going to use an paint. This is especially also for the pieces that I like, because it's a matte finish. It's not acrylic paint, it's really I call it wheel paint, but at least it is just a paint you use for your house also. So I'm going to paint this in the black color. So you see already I did only the inside, and how much your piece already changed only with a little bit of paint. So I'm really happy with the color black. So I'm going to finish this off, and of course then you see how the result is. So you see already, this is how he turned out, and I'm really happy with how he's looking, especially also in black. But of course, that's my taste. That's maybe not your taste. So I'm going to decorate it, and you see in a moment a quick impression. But I also wanted to show you how he is when he's only in this color. So now you see the quick impression. And you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling Tower Blocks wooden caddy. And I'm so happy how this one turned out. I made 6 little pockets you can fill with some little pieces. But of course, you can do anything you like. I hope you enjoyed it and give it a try. Everyone who is new here, I also hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, I hope you will subscribe to my channel and click the red subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Everyone have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.